Let's say you have a package like Git which you want to install in your operating system, or Python which you want to install in your operating system, or Docker which you want to install in your operating system, or Terraform which you want to install in your operating system, and a lot more. How do you install this package in your Linux operating system? Now, one very important thing which you must understand before installing any package in a Linux-based operating system is the Linux operating system type. The way you install a package on Amazon Linux or CentOS or real operating system will be completely different from the way you install that same package on an Ubuntu or a Debian OS, and it will be completely different from the way you install it on a Fedora OS. So the Linux operating system type would determine the way you go ahead with the installation on maybe the Amazon Linux or the Ubuntu or the Fedora operating system. So if you are using the Amazon Linux operating system, you mostly use the yum command. You mostly use the yum command to go ahead with that installation. If you are using Ubuntu OS, you mostly use the apt, the apt command, and then if you're using the Fedora OS, you mostly use the DNF. Oh, this is Fedora, not Fedora. 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 This is Fedora, not Fedora. Fedora. So let's go ahead to see how to download these packages. So to installing in Amazon Linux OS. So we are going to install the Git package, the Terraform package. To install a package on Amazon Linux, we make use of the yum command. And to use this command, you specify it by yum, and then you give the package name. Assuming we want to install Git or Terraform, we use yum install Git, and then we can also have yum install Terraform. Sometimes when using the yum command, you always see the -y flag. So we can have yum -y install, and then you give the package name. The -y flag basically is for it to auto update with the flag yes. So the -y here, it means that if you want to install the package, it shouldn't ask a question. It should just go ahead to automatically take yes for the package installation. Let's get back to our console to install the Git and the Terraform package. So we are on our Amazon Linux. We do an ls just to be sure that we have certain files. We have the AWS IAM authenticator, kubectl, random text. Now for us to install Git, we are going to first use the first command. So we have yum install Git. So they say you need to be root to perform this command. If you see this when you're trying to install a package, you need to use the permission. You need to give this EC2 user permissions, and for you to do that, we use the word sudo. We are going to see this when we get into files permission. So once you see this, you need to be root to perform this command, or maybe you see permissions denied, you need to get into the root, or you need to use the sudo to give this EC2 user permissions. We are going to see this when you look at file and user permissions. So for us to install the Git, we do sudo yum install git, and once you do that, it starts installing the package, and then it asks, is this okay? You take yes, deny, or no. So once you take y, you continue installing, and once it's complete, you see installation complete. So git has been installed. For you to be sure that git has been installed, you do git version, and then it will give you the version of git that has been installed. So we have installed the git package, and the list continue. You can also do sudo yum. Now we are going to use the -y flag install nginx. So this is going to install the nginx package in our environment without asking permissions. So let's install our second package, and we are going to do that using the Python package. To do that, we do sudo yum install Python. Now we specify the type of Python which we want. So one Python 3, so you hit enter. Now it's going to Now you see that we already have the package python 3.dzzs installed. So the package is already installed. If you are trying to install a package that is already existing in your environment, it will tell you package already installed. Let's try another package, the Apache 2 package. So we do sudo yum install Apache 2. Now they also tell you no package available for Apache 2, nothing to do. Now if you are trying to install a package that does not exist or that needs further steps to install that package, they'll always tell you nothing to do. Let's also see another use case. Say take for example Terraform, sudo yum install Terraform. They'll equally tell you no package Terraform available. In this case, you want to go to the documentation, the official documentation of the package, and then you follow how to install this package. So let's take for example Terraform. If you want to install Terraform on Amazon Linux and it tells us no package available, you come to a new tab, we type install Terraform on Amazon Linux. Once you do that, they will give you the installation, install Terraform. This is from the Terraform documentation. So as you're on the documentation, you come and you specify where you want to install it. So we take Linux. They will now give you the commands to install using Linux. Now to do that, you remember we did the wget command. You see how we can use the install wget here. So to do that, you specify Amazon Linux. Now to install on Amazon Linux, you copy the various steps. So you copy the first step, copy this, you come back to your Amazon Linux instance. Let's clear this. You paste the first command. It's going to install the yum utilities, which is we already have installed. You come back to the documentation, you copy the second command, you paste the second command. It has downloaded. You copy the third command and then you paste. Take note, for you to install Terraform, you need the config manager package which you downloaded. Now, to install Terraform, we do sudo yum y and then Terraform. Now, you see Terraform is being installed because we have copied the other dependencies required for us to install Terraform. So to check the Terraform version, you do Terraform version, and it will tell you the Terraform version on which we are working, Terraform version 1.7. We tried installing the Apache package and it didn't go. We did the sudo yum install Apache 2 and it gave us the error no package Apache 2 available. So for you to also install such a package that is not available, you come back to your Google browser and then you search install Apache 2 on Amazon Linux. Maybe communities like this, so you hit enter and then they give you some basic prerequisites. They give you some basic prerequisites. So for you to install the web server, you can go ahead to use these steps. you can go ahead to use these steps. So these are the various steps that you can use to install the web server. So for you to start with that, you can now install the Apache web server using sudo yum install httpd. So if you copy this and you come back to your EC2 instance and you hit and you paste, it's going now to install the Apache server. So you hit enter, you see it's installing the Apache server, and after that it shows complete. So this is basically how you can install packages in Amazon Linux. Secondly, installing package on Ubuntu. So to install the package on Ubuntu, we make use of the apt command. So for us to use the apt command, we do apt install and then you give the package name. Assuming you want to install a package like Git, we do apt install Git. In some cases, you use the command apt get and then you give the package name. Let's go ahead to provision an Ubuntu Linux instance in an AWS environment and then use the apt-get command. If you were to tell using the apt command in the Amazon Linux, you find we get an error. So we do apt install git. So it will tell you apt command not found because we are using Amazon Linux. So for you to run your apt command, remember we said you must have an Ubuntu operating system type. So let's come back to our EC2 panel. Let's launch an instance. Let's call this Ubuntu instance. And then when you once you call it Ubuntu instance, always make sure you come and you select Ubuntu here. You select Ubuntu. Let's use the Ubuntu 20.0 and then you allow the configurations. For key pair, you can select the key pair that you've created in your environment. If you have no idea about key pair, we'll learn more about key pair subsequently. So we give you the name or you choose any key pair in your environment and then you allow the default configurations and you take launch instance. Once you launch the instance, let's come back to instances. The Ubuntu instance is launching. Once the instance has completely launched, you take connect. Let's connect to the instance. Now we are in our Ubuntu instance. Take note, the Ubuntu instance is based on the Ubuntu operating system. The Ubuntu instance is based on the Ubuntu operating system. So here we go. The instance has been created. So welcome to Ubuntu 20.0. This they give you a little bit of information about this instance. Now let's clear. Because this is an Ubuntu instance, if you do any command like sudo yum install git, you will see the yum command not found. For us to do this, we must make use of the apt command. So let's install our first package. Let's install our first package, the git package. So for you to do that, we do the sudo apt install git. So they tell you state readiness done. Git is already the newest version. Git set to manually installed. Now, Git was manually installed on, or Git is by default manually installed in Ubuntu. So for you to verify that, you do git version and it will tell you the version of Git that is installed by default in Ubuntu. So let's try installing our second package, the Apache package. So we do sudo apt install Apache 2. And once you hit that, they'll tell you building dependency trees, this is this, and then you take yes by pressing Y. then you hit enter. So you see it is installing the Apache package on this Ubuntu instance. Now once you do that, you see the package has been successfully installed on Ubuntu. Let's install a package like Terraform that is not available on Ubuntu. So you do sudo apt install Terraform. Once you hit this, there is no package unable to locate the Terraform package. Like we said before, you come to the Terraform documentation, you select Linux, and then you specify Ubuntu. Once you specify Ubuntu, they will now start giving you the ways which you can actually install. So for you to do that, you first copy the first command, you come back to your Ubuntu instance, and you let's clear first, and you paste. Once you paste, it starts getting the package. So packages this it gets the package. Once it gets the first package, you go back to your Terraform documentation, you copy the second command, you paste, you come back to your documentation, you copy the third command, you paste, come back to your documentation, you copy, come back to your Ubuntu, you paste, then you come back to your documentation, you do the sudo apt update, you do the sudo apt update, so we do sudo apt update. This is basically to update. Now once the update is complete, you now run the last command, which is sudo apt install terraform, sudo apt install terraform. So you come back and then you install terraform by sudo apt install terraform. Now you see it is possible for it to get this because you have provided the required dependencies for this given package on Ubuntu. So for us to verify a terraform version, we do terraform, and then now you use the version flag. So this tells us where you're running on Terraform version 1.7.4. So basically, this is how you can install a package on Amazon Ubuntu Linux.